And here we go, Parenteau about to serve to start us off. Nice angled volley there from Parenteau, and that's what we see, Dave, just kind of a longer rally to start off the match.
I like how Catherine took control of that point by getting to that kitchen line after that deep ball. Yeah, that's great pressure there by Devidze, getting that ball deep in the court and moving Catherine from corner to corner. I think that's part of her strategy in this match, Will, is to try to wear Catherine down, get longer points. And that volley correctly called out by about a ball. So that gets Salome on the board here at 1-1. It's one of the things to watch in this match, Will, is the return of serve. And not only the pace of it, but the depth.
Great hands there from Catherine Parenteau. She's in a tough spot after a great down-the-line forehand from Devidze. She's able to anticipate that so well and get the serve back tied at 1.
Interestingly enough, we've seen many points where the return of serve player has not come in to the kitchen line.
And again, good pressure there from Parenteau. She's seeing that Devidze is not going to come in super frequently off that return, so she's just going to take that third ball, drive it, and go into the net, go into the kitchen herself.
Yeah, I think Salome thought she had a good pass there, and I think it surprised her that Catherine got that back. And that's going to sail wide, so a terrific volley there by Salome, getting that deep in the court, putting a lot of pressure on Parenteau. So early in this match, Will, what we're seeing is a little feeling out process from both players, trying to work their way into their match. Obviously, it's their first and only match they're going to play today here in quarterfinal match.
And that one going to be wide. Of course, Dave, that is part of that new progressive draw. You're only playing one match per round per day this late in the tournament.
Yeah, what do you think of that, Will?
I think it's had varying opinions from the players. Some of them like it, some of them don't. It does bring challenges going from event to event in a single day.
One thing that's great about it, this progressive draw, is the players know when they're going to play. They know what day, they know what time, and they can get themselves ready, you know, from a eating standpoint, nutritional, drinking, restrooms, all that stuff plays a huge role on the pro circuit. Oh, and that's just too good of a pass by Catherine. She waited such a long time and saw that Salome moved to her left, just leaned a little bit, and that's so smart by Parenteau. And that's going to just sail long, and Salome is going to appeal to the ref, but that ball clearly long. I mean, 2 balls long, I thought.
Just well done there for Parenteau, staying in the point, making Devidze hit one more volley. And just well done there again from Parenteau. She was early in position, probably could have easily taken that forehand cross court, but she waited on it, waited for it to be able to take it down the line. And we're back. Players are coming back from a timeout. Catherine Parenteau up 6-2 over Salome Devidze here on Grandstand Court. And what a shot out of the timeout from Catherine Parenteau. You see, Dave, just that angle on the backhand, such a short angle. I saw a lot of that yesterday in her match against Kata Biakina as well. Really great touch there from Parenteau.
A little greedy on that serve, sails long. So Devidze is going to get a chance here to make a run and try to get back into this first game after getting down early here. And that's a little greedy on the serve. So, you know, one of my rules on the serve, Will, and the return is don't get greedy. And what I mean by that is don't need to aim for the baseline. Don't even need to aim for the back foot. I teach aim for the back third of the court. Boy, that's such a tough shot by Salome. She makes that look easy. But that inside-out backhand roll with topspin, getting it deep in the court, is such a weapon to have, much more obviously in singles than doubles, but that's one of the things that makes Salome such a dangerous out on the women's singles side.
And that's a great response from Devidze here, getting down 2-7. She's brought it all the way back up to 5-7. What do you think she's been doing differently here, Dave?
I like that she's putting more pressure on Parenteau and taking more control of the points. I think she should be coming in more off some of these deep, penetrating ground strokes. The first half of this game, Will, she wasn't doing that. See, and that time Parenteau took control. And I think Parenteau needs to come in off more of the returns as well. You know, these players are so comfortable from the baseline, Will, because of their tennis backgrounds. But in pickleball, singles, you really want to get to that kitchen line.
And good depth there from Parenteau from the baseline, causing the air there from Devidze. See if she tightens up here as the scoreboard pressure may mount.
And see how she took some pace off of that?
Parenteau serving here out of the timeout.
And got a little greedy there on that ground stroke. Didn't have to go for that much. I thought she would do the inside-out sharp angle and pull Salome off the court. And that's what I'm talking about. After that one ball deep to the Parenteau forehand, she followed it into the kitchen line and took total control of that point. And that's what Devidze must do in this match if she has any chance of taking down the #2 seed, Catherine Parenteau.
And that's just good continued pressure there from Devidze. We'll see if it helps Parenteau here. Devidze serving at 7-9 here in game one. And a great backhand drive up the line from Catherine Parenteau. So tough to read it. She really disguised it well, and she gets the serve back 2 points away from taking game one.
Did you see the great footwork there in order to make that shot? That's what Catherine is so good. Both, she's great moving both from her to her left side and her right side. A lot of players are good moving to the right to hit their forehands, not as good at moving left. And there's that cat and mouse game that I think Catherine is going to probably do more of as this match progresses, because I think she has a significant edge in that game.
And what a way for Parenteau to end that game one. Gets the angle on the forehand.
The official ball of the PPA Tour.
Dave, about to get game two started here.
See the pressure that Salome put on Catherine there, and that's what she absolutely must do if she is going to force a deciding game 3 and take game 2. And I think she realizes that. You know, what I love about Salome, she's an intense competitor. What terrific court coverage there. I mean, that was a great return by Catherine. And Salome, moving to her right, hits a terrific forehand down the line to set up that second cross-court forehand. So an early 2-0 lead here in game 2.
And right on cue there, Dave, we see the timeout called by Catherine Parenteau. She just dropped 3 straight points, like you said a few minutes ago. Will Doughton alongside Dave Weinbach on grandstand court. Nice touch on the volley there from Catherine Parenteau. And just overall, Dave, just a nice point coming out of that timeout.
That's just too good, and that's Salome's game. You know, she is very comfortable staying back there and just pounding ground strokes all day long, and that's going to work against 90% of these ladies. But when you start playing Annalie Waters and Catherine Parenteau, I think you've got to get to the kitchen line too and really add to your repertoire and add a little more pressure. And there you see the power and depth that Devidze gets on these ground strokes is just very impressive to me. It is a much more difficult than how she makes it look to get those balls consistently in the back third of the court on these, what I call penetrating ground strokes. And that's going to just sail long, so a really good leave there by Catherine. So after a 4-0 start here by Salome, taking a commanding lead in game 2. Catherine gets the serve back.
Those are the points you can't have there if you're Devidze, because that's a really quick way to lose your lead in a game that you have to win.
Ironically, we didn't see one missed serve in game 1, and now you've got 2 in game 2. So maybe a little bit of pressure these players are feeling here, knowing that in this draw wheel, when you lose, you're done. There is no back draw. Oh, that's an easy forehand volley. That's a ball she has to make. You cannot make unforced errors like that when you play against the quality of player that Catherine Parenteau is. She's staying back. I think that's a mistake. I think when she hits a good return, she has got to come in to that kitchen line and make Catherine hit a phenomenal pass.
What a shot around the post. Catherine Parenteau on the run there, Dave. What a backhand.
So Catherine trying to tie up game 2 here, Will.
Nice touch there from Parenteau. And just you see, Dave, what you said. She got into the kitchen, and she was able to dictate the point from there. And all of a sudden, we're tied at 4 after Devidze had that early lead.
Devidze is not going to win this match from the baseline. She's got to put more pressure on Parenteau. That was an example right there. She hit a good deep return to the Parenteau backhand. She took one step to the line and then hesitated and went back. So you can see she's just not 100% comfortable getting up there. And I think that's going to be the difference in this match.
As we see a missed return there, Parenteau leading 6-4.
Oh, finally gets a break. So Salome's got the ball back in her hands, trying to build off of this 4 after a quick 4-0 start here in game 2.
That's a backhand that can surely give her some momentum.
And there is what I'm talking about, Will. That's what she has to do if she's going to compete with the likes of a Catherine. You've got to come in and put that pressure on your opponent.
And the angle there from Devidze, what a shot off the backhand, running backwards, but she was so able to set her feet, super important, Dave, and really create so much topspin and the angle. We're tied up here at 6. What a response.
Parenteau guessing she was going down the line, leaning hard to her right, and couldn't recover. And Parenteau staying back. Interesting.
Maybe Devidze just had too much court to work with there. Saw that Parenteau stayed back.
Here she comes. And that's what I'm talking about. If she continues to return serve like that and then continue to put the pressure, she has a high probability of forcing this into a deciding game 3. And as we talked about in the pregame, we expected this kind of match, close committal.
What a dig on the volley there from Devidze. And now she's got some momentum here in game 2, takes back the lead. Well done there from Devidze. Good point construction. We'll see if she can continue that momentum and close this gap.
Great return. She's got such great hands. The other thing about Parenteau is the diversification of her shots is extremely impressive, not only in singles, but I would add in doubles as well. She just has all the shots. She has the power shots, she has the drives, she has the slices, she has the dinks. She can take it any direction. And that one, she took it right into the back fence. So Salome now will have the ball back in her hands, trying to get to that all-important 9 number.
Great shot there from Devidze. Now, Dave, why do you think that 9 number is so important mentally?
It's exactly a mental thing. It's not as much a physical thing, but it's such a huge difference, in my opinion, going from 8 to 9, because the opponent is thinking, oh, 2 points away and I lose. And just that little tension in those muscles and in that wrist, it's amazing how that can affect a shot. Oh, and a missed backhand volley from Parenteau, knowing she had a great opportunity here. This is a very rare unforced error there, I would say, by Parenteau. So that gets Salome a game point here in game 2, Will.
We'll see if she can close it out right here and force a decider.
Not surprised at all. You and I talked about this off the air before this match even started. In the backhand corner, I think she needs to follow that in more. I think that's going to take her singles game to even a whole nother level. Just like we see Catherine do there, I think that's what Devidze needs to do more if she's going to try to capture this match. She stays back.
And what a shot right on the line, it looks like, from Devidze. And that was just a long, grueling rally from both players.
Both players content there of staying back and slugging out a ground stroke fest.
Devidze with the nice volley, kind of made it look like she was going to go cross court. Parenteau would have been there, but she holds it just long enough and goes down the line.
Yeah,
Gets on the board here in game 3.
I thought Parenteau moved a little bit to her right, a fraction early, and Salome could not only hear that, but see it as well. That's a great serve. Oh, maybe the point of the match.
The way, so much to unpack there. The way Devidze was able to get back to the kitchen after being on defense, but Parenteau just able to get the angle on the forehand. What a shot and what a point we just witnessed, Dave.
Incredible athleticism by both players. Wow. Yeah, Salome stayed back, so Catherine says to herself, well, I'm coming in and taking control. And an incredible forehand angled volley. So that gets Parenteau to 2-1 here in this deciding game 3. And that is correctly called long. So Catherine is at 3-wheel, and these players will change sides as soon as the first player gets to 6. So there's no advantage, disadvantage with the sun and the wind.
That volley just a bit wide. Really nice shot there from Devidze up the line. Keeping Parenteau honest, making sure she didn't anticipate the cross court too harshly.
I think Catherine got the ball that she wanted, and I think she just changed her mind on where she wanted to go with it and then just didn't commit to the shot.
And the angle there from Catherine Parenteau, what a shot, because you can see on the stream just how deep the shots from Devidze are. So to hit that angle on the backhand from behind the baseline is so impressive.
In game 2, so that could be heading to a deciding third game, just as our great match here on Grandstand.
And just the touch there from Parenteau just gets it barely over the net. And it's so hard. It's difficult to hit that shot. It's also difficult to hit that shot in a game 3 when you're already fatigued maybe a little bit.
I thought Salome had a beat on it, and to me, I thought she was going to get there. Yeah, really, really good approach shot deep into the Parenteau corner, and wisely so followed that in for an easy forehand put-away volley. So let's see if Devidze can make a run here, being down 1-5 early in game 3. And that's one way to do it.
The depth there, just getting the better of Parenteau. Just the back, I'm so impressed from Devidze's backhand depth. I mean, the two-hand, you get a little bit extra spin on it, and it's just so difficult to attack it.
Yeah, and she does it so well off both sides. That's why she's such a tough out on the single side.
And then Parenteau gets the depth of her own on that return. So difficult to attack the third there, Dave.
See, that's why I like the deep middle return. I think that's underutilized in singles play on the pro circuit, is the deep middle ball makes a lot of sense because then there's no angle on the pass. I didn't think Salome had to actually hit that ball. I think it was going to go wide, and Catherine did too. And that's why Catherine got such a late start on that cross-court backhand volley.
Well, if you're going to hit it, you may as well hit it well, and that's what Devidze was able to do there. And 2-5 here in game 3.
Parenteau just didn't get anything on that overhead, and when you hit an overhead short and bouncing high, you are in big.
We'll see if she's able to kind of keep that pressure on Devidze here coming out of the timeout.
Here she comes. I thought she picked the wrong ball. Like, I would have come in after the return. The second one was short.
Looks like she had that same exact backhand volley, just unable to get it over the net. And all of a sudden, it was 5-1. Now it's 5-4. Devidze with a chance to tie it up here. And just great play there from Devidze. What are you going to say, Dave?
Great court coverage, I thought, by Catherine. But Salome with continued pressure and moving forward. I think she's recognizing, you know, what we've been talking about this match is that she needs to move forward and continue to put what I call stressors on her opponent. Great job there by Devidze, and that's 4 points in a row here.
Excited to see how this match finishes up here. And the depth there from Parenteau coming out of the side change. Really necessary for her to stop the bleeding here in game 3.
So
Dave.
you see what Parenteau's doing. She's coming in after the 4th shot.
The angled overhead there gets it done from Parenteau. And even on that one, it wasn't a ton of pace, so she was in danger of that one being returned.
Just a really weak lob there by Devidze. Didn't get anywhere near the depth that she wanted on that lob. Totally mishit that overhead. So we are locked in at 6-6 game 3. This match can't get any closer.
Pure 50-50 here, Dave.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, what a terrific point, finished by an amazing forehand volley. And I tell you what, Will, Devidze now with all the momentum after being down 1-5 to start game 3. Give her a lot of credit for that mental toughness. Sometimes when you get down early, especially in a game 3, you know, you see human beings fold and they go down. Credit to Devidze for stepping up here big time. Early taking control of this game, serving at 9-6. Make that 10-6 after that freebie missed return.
Here we go. Well, this is the match point, first match point we've had in this match. We'll see if Devidze can close it out at the first time of asking. And that's going to do it right there, Dave. Salome Devidze comes down from a 1-game deficit